Today we're playing the Deinosuchus, a large 16,000-pound crocodilian. On this island, it's an apex, an ambush predator. Not just in the water, but sometimes on land. Deinosuchus players are ruthless. They have to be. They're cannibals. It's on our diet. Food is scarce. We must take any opportunity we have. Today I'll travel the map to 4 distinct locations. And I won't be alone. I'll be accompanied by an experienced Deino. And together we'll get up to all sorts of mischief. Even in the swamp, a territory known for being devoid of life, on this 350-player server, almost anywhere can be fruitful if you know where to look. So come along for the journey, subscribe if you want, and experience this island's top predator. I was nested in one of the most unlikely places. In the heart of this volcano lies a small, bubbling spring. My parents had made the long journey up here in order to nest me safely, but now I had to make the long journey back down, and there would be many challenges ahead. I had barely begun my journey, and already I'd begun to starve. I stopped and sniffed around. In the distance, there was a small chunk of meat. It was my only lifeline, and so I ran to it. But as I approached, I heard something mildly concerning. Their calls had been haunting my cave where I was born, and now I was finally about to confront them. Sitting directly on the only food for miles was a small family of Ceratos. Though they were young, I had absolutely zero chance against them. I still had a long way to go before I reached the water. And before long I would begin to thirst as well, and so there was no opportunity for me to hide and wait. I had to eat, now. The small chunk I had tried to grab had been eaten out from under me. Somehow, though, I hadn't been spotted, and so I snuck even closer to some more food. Again, it was eaten before I grabbed a bite. Around me, young carnivores marched and devoured everything in sight. If I was spotted even for a moment, I would surely be dead. And yet, there was no chance to waste. There was another small, lone chunk in a bush. I ate it as quickly as I could. Dinos eat pretty loud too, but maybe not quite as loud as Sarah's, and so I wasn't noticed. But I wasn't out of the woods. I had to make a break for it. I thought for sure this little Sarah would see me, but he must have been looking at the ground, looking for more meat chunks. I had yet another close call. But again, I was not spotted. For a moment, I thought I might be going crazy. Maybe they were just friendly. Maybe they saw me, but they felt mercy. But then one of my siblings said hide, and as I wandered away, I heard the distant calls of Ceratos angrily devouring. And at some point, I also briefly smelled an S diet, which comes from my species. Though I had avoided starvation for now, my water was draining, and I wasn't sure if I would make it. If I could just jump into the water, I could be hydrated through my skin. I wouldn't even need to take a moment to drink. There was a chance this drop was too steep and I might die, but I just had to go for it. I was lucky. I hadn't taken any fall damage. I hadn't starved, and had barely avoided thirst. My health was critically low, but I was alive. I was tiny, not big enough to hunt for myself, an easy meal for almost anything around me. But yeah, I was alive, so now I had to figure out how on earth I was going to get out of here. Okay, so I'm born all the way up here, but I don't want to stay here. To find food, I would have to go all the way up here. To be honest, I don't think I would have enough food to even make it to North Lake, and secondly, I don't want to grow there, it's boring. Okay, so the plan, right? I logged in on an old account, and I got nested in. I leave the nest, and I find another Deino. I group up, and politely ask him if he will please provide me a teleport code in exchange for eating my Deino that I'm on right now. He agrees, and it happens. Now I have a friend, a better place to hunt, and a good meal. On Petits, there's so many players that the corpses have to clear, and because the food disappears for carnivores, there's body drops to compensate it. Now if you're someone who struggles to find body drops on Deino, I highly suggest you go to the pipeline area in swamps. There's tons of food, tons of places to hide. Sometimes you'll find stuff to hunt, and there's even gastroliths on these little islands, so it's really quite ideal. The only action I saw the entire day was these small raptors. I felt sorry for stealing their food, and so I offered to donate them the organs before scurrying back to the water. Soon, I had a friend join me, but he was still small and had a lot of growing ahead of him. We hung out in swamp and then eventually crossed the ocean. He wanted to grab his salt mutation at the base of Delta, where it was more convenient. Unfortunately, though, the swim across the ocean was long, and it had left us hungry. Body drops do not spawn here very much, and with the drinking bug prevalent, I needed to secure a meal fast. So, when I saw another Deino, I knew what had to be done. Sometimes in this game, you have to make difficult decisions, ones that seem immoral, choices that secure survival. And so I began a fight that could have easily been my last. You'll have to excuse my rusty alt bites. As a peaceful Deino, I don't do this very often. I fully healed in the bushes, and we both secured a meal, logging out and then coming back the next day to continue back into swamp. Futile now had the mutation he needed. Delta is clearly not a safe place to grow, so we continued back to the pipeline where we found some Tenos messing around. Futile had caught and devoured one of their children, so they were not very happy with him. It was perfect. We could use him as bait. If we got the Tenno close enough to the water, I could try and lunge him. It stood there for a moment, considering the options, before finally decided that it had had enough of the disrespect from Futile. It was time for some action. I honestly have no idea what happened here. Apparently on Futile's screen, the lunge activated, but on mine, nothing happened, so I don't know, I didn't catch him. I was pretty gutted about this because it would have been a nice meal. And not to mention his teabagging. I mean, that's just rude, come on. It's not like I tried to kill him. I ended up following them up this pipeline. Their nest was up here, and so I was hoping to maybe lure them into maybe just jumping into my jaws accidentally. I was staring at the open mouth of this pipe when I thought, you know what's a good idea? What if I could lunge one of them, shove them into the entrance of the pipe? Then I would block the entrance and finish them off with bites. Even though this plan was literally pure genius, it didn't work out in the end. Somehow they could tail slam me through the outside of the pipe, and so I ended up just getting beat, and they were being way too careful to get in my way. So after a few more kicks to the face, I decided to make my way out of there. Not before trying to land a couple extra bites, of course. Though the problem with fighting things on land is that they can always just walk away if they feel like it. I was truly feeling like my lowly land Deino self, making the walk of shame back to the swamp. Being escorted and everything, I mean, come on. I'm leaving, okay? This is probably tech everyone found out before me, but sometimes if I want to turn around really quick, I just use a little alt bite. The Tenno waved me goodbye with a complimentary teabagging, and I slunk back under the water. It was back to eating scraps for us, but don't worry. We were about to hunt something big.
There's something next to us. There's a fucking Stego.
Holy shit.
It's small. It's grabbable.
Is it? By complete chance, when crossing through the shallow sections of the swamp, we had run into a Stego. Oh, he's a squeaker.
It's literally a squeaker.
It's like running in all directions. He doesn't know where to go. We discovered that this Stego was on an island. No matter which way he turned, he would have to cross the water. And so, if we played smart and worked together, we'd be able to ambush him. There was only one problem. Futile wasn't big enough. Yeah, like he's on an island, right? All around here is like
yeah, I think
water.
so.
He's using his brain. I don't like it.
He's right next to me. He's right next to me. Fuck. I don't know if he saw me or not.
Where I lack in skill, I make up for in mind games. I got Futile to go to the other side of the island and make some splashing. This would trick the Stego into thinking that we were on that side, and so he would run in the opposite direction in order to cross. And the plan went flawlessly. Oh my god. What a goober.
What?
I got him. I got him.
Oh my god,
He jumped in. Oh, poor little guy.
Yes.
Yo, he's dinner.
We up right now.
We up. We are so up. No.
I'm on my way.
The ground pushed him out my mouth. He doesn't have any stam. He's drowning anyway. Just let him crawl along the bottom. Poor little squeaker. Munched him. Yeah.
Gangster.
Caught him on the perfect island.
Hey.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
Where did we put him? Up here. He was just right here
Where'd
in this channel. We tried to swim across.
I think it worked, mate. I think it worked.
This was the meal we both needed badly. I ate the flesh and Futile ate the organs for the growth boost. We didn't waste a single thing, not even the bones. Look.
Oh, there's something in front of us. Go underneath the water.
I see it. I saw that.
There's a croc. God damn. Go deep. Go deep. Go real fucking deep right now.
Okay.
All the way to the bottom if you can.
The ocean strategies.
Well, my brother in Christ, you are in danger, sir.
Aww. Poor guy.
It might be big enough for you to grab.
Is it just him?
Yeah.
Guess so. You think? He looks big. Oh, he knows.
Oh, he's swimming.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows.
I'm gonna run out of stam.
Are you faster than him?
Yeah, but only sprinting, I think. And only barely. Not gonna catch up.
He's not even fighting me right now. He's out of stam.
I beg. I feel bad. There's no way there's food out here. In the end, this poor little Deino was telling the truth. There was, in fact, a few morsels around the place. But at the time, we were hunting for survival. That's the way of this game. He's on our diet, and so sometimes you gotta eat. Throughout my time traveling in the ocean with a Deino that was a lot smaller than me, I've realized that smaller Dinos use a lot less stam when sprinting, and they might even regen stam quicker, I'm not 100% sure. So if he was to just keep swimming straight, he would have been able to regen stamina and outpace us quite easily since he was smaller. And since learning this, I've actually used this knowledge in escaping other cannies. I've just stuck to the bottom, in the shadows, boosted it far away and just kept swimming until I could turn a corner and hunker down somewhere unexpected, and it has actually saved my life. Anyways, at last Futile was full grown, and so we officially traveled into Delta, this time for good. We planned to go upstream, hunt along the way, and eventually make it to North Lake. This was honestly an embarrassing fail, and I debated on just cutting it out and pretending it never happened, but I truly thought that this Maia was going to keep walking and cross the water, and so I aimed for that, only for him to stop just short and start drinking, which I really didn't see coming for some reason. No way! I missed him. He's coming to you.
He's coming towards me. A rip. Got him.
You got him? No way.
Yes, sir. He's
Good
pretty big.
job.
Pretty good size. Big yoink.
No way, he went for drinking
That was sweet,
again.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he was doing on my side too.
That was perfect.
Futile just had the spot this evening. While I was swimming around in random directions, he had found the perfect location to ambush multiple baby Maia. This little raptor helped out too. He was a very good cover story for the splash that just happened, and somehow the Maia brought that story and felt instantly comfortable taking a drink. I guess he wasn't wondering where his friend went. The raptor watched on, thoroughly entertained, and of course we rewarded him with a treat. There was also a couple larger Maia in the area, but they knew where to drink. They weren't silly. This experienced beast stayed far away from us. He hung around and eventually a mate came by and they began to dig out a nest. They literally spent like 30 minutes just standing on this rock doing nothing before their eggs even hatched. It was a little awkward watching from a distance and praying that they would come down to the water. They were even smart enough to cross in a barely shallow place where I couldn't reach. I had to sit back and watch, sulking as the little babies crossed in front of me. I was really hoping the big one would come back, but he was just way too smart for us. Futile, however, had a lot less mercy for the tiny squeakers, and he drowned a few of them. I definitely had nothing to do with that. It's easy to get caught up in your own story, but I want to take a quick break from this and show you something that was happening not far from our location. The whole time we had been patrolling Delta, this Maia had been growing nearby, never straying close enough to the water to grab. And now he was in peril, fighting against the Cerrado for his life. Until a small opportunity provided itself to him, he got greedy and sent himself off the cliff. He immediately broke his leg and the Dillo followed up, sensing weakness. This poor Maia had previously had the advantage in that fight, but he got greedy, tried to push the Sarah off the cliff, and fell to his doom. These are the type of things that go on in the world around you when you play on a multiplayer server. Everyone's living their own journey. But that didn't stop us from coming and scavenging off the corpse. We ate pretty much the entire thing, leaving the Dillo standing there, confused and offended. I'm sorry, little Dillo. I had eggs that I needed to grow, and for that, I needed to eat well. Oh, look! Wait, come back!
What?
Look at this!
What?
Look at this guy!
No way!
Look at this guy! Absolutely posted.
Mr. Big Nuts over there. Holy shit, man.
Yes, what's the news? You got news for us about there? Oh, right. What's this guy doing? Is he drowning himself? You don't have to do this, buddy. You don't have to do this! Your life is worth more than this! Stop! Why'd you do that? He jumped in. He drowned! No! This is horrible! Little freaking bird that was sitting on the rock just committed in front of me. It was horrible.
Crazy.
He jumped in and drowned.
Dude, some people like are so focused on what's happening, they don't even see you. That happens.
Very
Damn.
lucky, fella. It's a bit late.
God damn. Like we were never here.
My god! Dead bird just fell on my head. This spot is known for dinos that work together in Discord calls. They pretend to follow the group limit rules, meanwhile working together in secret. And with the warning from our little friend we met on the journey, we had our guard up.
This must be the cannibal I've heard so much about today.
Spotting some small dinos on the edge, we opted to immediately take them out before they could warn their friends. We had our eyes wide open, looking around, ready for another dino to ambush us, ready to be in the fight of our lives. At any moment, we were willing to fight, and yet, no one seemed to be coming. The realization dawned on us. We had just killed 2 small innocent dinos, and their friends, the so-called cannibals, well, they didn't seem to exist. You may have noticed one of those dinos we killed was actually the same one from the ocean. I felt pretty bad about this, so I offered him an egg, but he didn't end up taking me up on that. To build the nest, we would have to journey onto the land and gather sticks. The storm masked our movements, and so the only thing bothering us was a couple pterodons, which we quickly made light work of. We did have a few little creatures stop by, mostly stream snipers, but Futile was on watch and he took out anything that came too close to our hatchlings. We parked our big butts on top of the food so the children could crawl under and around us, and we could body block from the pterodons that circled above. Thankfully though, they were both pretty small, so they weren't too much of a nuisance. But meat draws in scavengers, and soon a couple Sarahs arrived. We would have to fight carefully so we didn't accidentally eat one of the hatchlings. But you're so lucky, buddy.
I'm gonna go for a lunge on one of them.
How does that not connect? What?
Oh my god, you got one. No way!
Yes! Yes!
You're actually joking.
Yes!
You're actually kidding. You let him go, you let him go. You let
What?
him go.
How?
I don't know, did you let go of your button?
No? Where is he?
I don't know.
Did he go
I
under
just
the
saw him.
map?
I don't know. Nah, he like just ran out of the water.
Oh, what? I had him the whole time. That's weird. I still have Sam. I didn't let go. I guess I bumped into the... Probably
Maybe,
bumped into the
you might have hit something.
underground. That's
It's
annoying.
still dub.
Very lucky,
More food for
Sarah.
the kids.
What is up with the... Bro, a broken leg Tenno just showed up. One of the kids, you guys want to eat this guy? I'm not... Bro,
wants
are
to
we
die.
like... Are we serious?
Just smoke him.
What is happening?
I have no idea. This is chaos.
Despite the chaos and the stream snipers coming to try and eat our children, we had a moment of peace. It was pretty cool to see all the different combinations, the different skins each baby had. Though unfortunately for them, the danger wasn't over. A little Sarah killed one of them, and I think a Beppy killed a few more. My baby dinos do not have a very high survival chance, which really put in perspective how I somehow made it all the way down from that volcano and grew to the adult I am now, to nest in a third generation. The volcano is the second highest peak, the second highest water source. There was somewhere higher, some place I was aiming to be. I decided to attempt the travel. It seemed quiet enough, I hadn't heard much about, and the server population was relatively low. I would stick close to the bushes, out of sight, but without walking through them in order to minimize my noise. The plan was working flawlessly, until I took a small wrong turn. I ran straight into what could only be the worst case scenario. There was nothing to do. I couldn't run. I could only attempt to fight. I was beaten, but not defeated. I will return. I will make it back to this lake, to experience and conquer it before the map changes. Highlands, I'm coming back for you.